Taurus, there are three specific places that will drain your vital energy this December if you're not careful now. I'm not speaking symbolically or metaphorically. I'm talking about physical, real places that you frequent or are thinking of frequenting, and that carry such a heavy energy density that it can completely ruin the next few months of your life if you don't avoid them immediately. I know exactly what these places are. And before you think this doesn't apply to you, know that thousands of Tauruses will ignore this warning, frequent these environments, and pay a high price for it. The question is, will you be one of them? I'm going to show you the three exact places you urgently need to avoid this December. I'll explain why each of these locations represents a specific threat to your energy, your peace of mind, and your immediate future. And most importantly, I'll give you practical alternatives to replace these environments with others that will strengthen your vibration instead of weakening it. Because December is not an ordinary month. It's a period where energies are extremely intensified, and the environments you choose to frequent will determine whether you enter 2025 strengthened or completely exhausted. Have you been feeling inexplicably exhausted lately? A constant urge to isolate yourself even when surrounded by people? Irritation with things that wouldn't normally bother you? This is no coincidence. You are absorbing dense energies from specific places you frequent, and your body is crying out for help. But here's the problem. Most people don't realize the connection between the environments they frequent and the emotional state they experience. They think the tiredness is just end-of-year stress, that irritation is normal at this time of year. But it's not. It's a clear symptom of energetic contamination. Are you prepared to discover which places are literally stealing your vitality and how to protect yourself from them? Before revealing the three specific places, I need you to understand something crucial about how the energy of environments works. Every place you visit leaves an impression on your energy field. It's as if you were a sponge, absorbing the dominant vibrations of that space. When you enter an environment full of anxiety, competition, and desire, you leave carrying those frequencies. When you spend time in places where people are frustrated, bitter, or trapped in negative cycles, you literally absorb those emotions. For Taurus, this is even more intense because you have a natural sensitivity to physical environments. You need spaces that nourish you, that make you feel safe and grounded. When you force yourself to be in places that violate this basic need, your energy system collapses. And December is a particularly dangerous month because the three places I'm about to reveal will be operating at their most toxic frequency of the entire year. The first place you should urgently avoid in December is crowded shopping malls and centers, especially on weekends and the eve of holidays. I know what you're thinking, but I need to do Christmas shopping. It's inevitable. It's not. And I'll explain why. Shopping malls in December become veritable energy battlegrounds. Thousands of people concentrated in an enclosed space, all carrying anxiety about money, pressure to buy perfect gifts, financial stress, social comparison, envy, frustration. This combination creates such a dense energy cloud that you can literally feel the weight in the air when you enter these places. For Taurus natives, who already have a complex relationship with material and financial matters, being in that kind of environment in December is like throwing gasoline on a fire. You go in with a list of 3 items and come out with bags full of things you didn't need, feeling guilty, exhausted, and with an empty wallet. But the worst part isn't the money spent. It's the vital energy you lose in the process. That deep exhaustion you feel after spending a few hours in a crowded shopping mall isn't just physical tiredness. It's real energy depletion. You literally transferred your vitality to that dense environment. And here's something few people realize. Shopping malls are intentionally designed to destabilize your energy field. The artificial lights, the calculated background music, the air conditioning that circulates the same air molecules charged with the emotions of thousands of people, the absence of natural light and connection with the earth. All of this is designed to leave you disoriented and more susceptible to impulsive purchases. For a Taurus who needs connection with natural elements to feel centered, spending hours in these artificial environments is devastating. During this December specifically, the energy in shopping malls will be particularly toxic because we are going through a period of great collective anxiety about money and the future. All these worries will be concentrated in these commercial spaces. And when you, as a Taurus, enter this environment, your natural tendency to absorb and hold on to energy will cause you to carry all that weight home. Have you noticed how after going to the mall, you feel heavy, irritable, and often have difficulty sleeping well that night? Now you know why. The solution isn't simply to avoid shopping. It's about consciously choosing alternative environments. Small neighborhood shops, local businesses, open-air markets, online shopping done with clear intention. All these are alternatives that allow you to meet your needs without exposing yourself to toxic energy fields. And if you absolutely need to go to a mall, go in the early morning hours on a weekday, have a specific list, go in and out quickly, and do an energy cleansing as soon as you get home. Are you willing to prioritize your energetic health over the convenience of buying everything in one place? The second place you should avoid in December is the homes or environments of people who constantly complain, dramatize, or live in a state of chronic victimhood. You know exactly who and where I'm talking about. That relative who turns every family gathering into an endless complaining session. That friend who always has a new crisis and uses you as an emotional dumping ground without ever really changing anything in their life. That colleague who contaminates every conversation with negativity and toxic gossip. The homes of these people, the places where they energetically dominate, are traps for Tauruses. December is a month when family and social gatherings intensify. End-of-year parties, dinners, get-togethers, all these events may seem obligatory. But here's the hard truth you need to hear. Your presence in toxic environments doesn't help anyone. Neither you nor the people trapped in those negative patterns. When you go to these places trying to maintain harmony or not disappoint anyone, all you achieve is contaminating your own energy field with the density that dominates those spaces. Taurus individuals have a dangerous tendency to be overly loyal. They keep showing up in situations that drain them because they don't want to create conflict or because they feel they must be there. But loyalty without discernment is not a virtue, it's self-destruction. Especially in December, when you're preparing to enter a new cycle and need all your vital energy intact. Continuing to frequent environments and people who drain you is an unconscious sabotage of your own potential. Here's what happens energetically when you spend time in the home of someone living in chronic negativity. That physical space is impregnated with years of negative thoughts, emotions, and words. The walls literally absorb and emanate these frequencies. When you enter, your energy field, which naturally seeks balance and stability, tries to compensate for all that density. You unconsciously try to save or balance the energy of the place. And in the process, you become completely exhausted. After a few hours in those environments, you return home feeling heavy, depressed, exhausted. But you don't understand why, since nothing bad happened. What happened was a massive energy transfer. You gave your light to try to illuminate the darkness of someone who doesn't even really want to leave it. And now you are operating with reduced reserves, while that person remains exactly where they always were. In December, this dynamic intensifies because the end of the year brings to the surface all the accumulated frustrations and disappointments people experience. Those who live in victimhood will be in maximum drama mode. And if you show up, you will automatically become the repository of all that emotional garbage. You need to understand that you are not obligated to attend every family event. You are not obligated to spend hours with people just because they are family or old friends. Your first loyalty should be to your own energetic and mental health. The solution is to establish clear, non-negotiable boundaries. Say no to invitations you know will drain you. Choose to spend December in environments that nourish you instead of exhausting you. And if you're confronted about your absences, have the courage to be honest. I'm prioritizing my mental and energetic health during this period. You don't owe lengthy explanations or need to justify your need to protect yourself. The people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. Those who get offended are more interested in having you as an audience for their dramatizations than in your actual well-being. Are you ready to finally put your well-being above the expectations of people who never cared how much they drain you? The third place you should avoid in December are places from your past. Specifically, places you used to go with people who are no longer part of your life or that are connected to older versions of yourself that you've already moved on from. It could be that bar where you and an ex used to go every weekend. That park where you spent time with friends who dragged you down. That house where you lived during a difficult period of your life. That neighborhood where you lived when you were trapped in self-sabotaging patterns. Every physical place holds energetic memories. When you return to these spaces, especially during December, a naturally nostalgic month, you automatically reactivate the emotional frequencies you experienced there. It's like opening an old file in your energy system. Suddenly, you find yourself feeling the same emotions, thinking the same thoughts, falling into the same patterns you thought you had overcome, not because you've regressed, but because the environment is pulling you back to the frequency you carried when you frequented that place. Taurus individuals have a particularly strong connection to physical places. You put down deep roots in the environments where you spend time. And this means that disconnecting from places of the past is especially difficult for you. There's a part of you that feels that by abandoning these spaces, you're abandoning pieces of yourself. But the truth is the opposite. By continuing to frequent places connected to your past, you are preventing yourself from fully inhabiting the present and the future. December is a month where nostalgia reaches its peak. The advertisements, the music, the whole end-of-year atmosphere and reflection on the past can tempt you to revisit places and people you've left behind. But giving in to this temptation in December will be costly, because you're not just revisiting a place, you're reactivating an old version of yourself. And every time you do that, you weaken the new version you're trying to consolidate. Perhaps you're thinking of meeting up with that ex just to grab a coffee and see how they're doing at that place you used to frequent. Or you're considering showing up at someone's party from your past in an environment laden with old memories. Or you're thinking of making a nostalgic visit to your old neighborhood. Don't do it. Each of these actions is like putting one foot in the past while trying to walk into the future. You can't do both simultaneously. What happens energetically is that these places from the past act as temporal anchors. They trap you in older versions of your reality, and while part of your energy is stuck there, you can't fully manifest what you're trying to create in the present. It's like trying to build a new house while half your resources are being used to maintain an old house that you should have already abandoned. Specifically in December, the energy of these places from the past will be particularly seductive. It will feel comfortable, familiar, safe, especially if you are facing uncertainties about the future. But it's a trap. The comfort you feel is the comfort of stagnation, not true security. You are being tempted to revert to familiar patterns instead of having the courage to embrace the unknown that awaits you ahead. The solution is to consciously create new places and new memories. Instead of returning to that restaurant you used to go to with your ex, discover a new place that will be yours without associations to the past. Instead of frequenting the same environments you've always been in, explore new spaces that resonate with who you are becoming, not who you were. December should be about planting seeds for the new cycle, not about watering the dead roots of the past. And if painful or nostalgic memories surface, trying to pull you back to those places, recognize them for what they are, your ego trying to keep you in your familiar comfort zone. Thank the memory. Honor what that place represented in your growth, and then consciously choose not to return. Every time you resist the temptation to revisit the past, you strengthen the current version of yourself. Do you have the courage to leave the past in the past, even when it seductively calls to you during this month of intense nostalgia? Now that you know the 3 specific places you should avoid in December, I need to warn you about something even more important. What you do with this information in the next 48 hours will determine whether this warning protects you or whether you simply ignore it and suffer the consequences. Because knowing the truth isn't enough. You need to act on it. Many Taurus individuals will watch this video, mentally agree with everything said, and still show up at the crowded mall next weekend. They'll accept the invitation to that toxic relative's house. They'll give in to the temptation to revisit that place from the past. And when that happens, when they feel drained, irritated, trapped in the same patterns, they'll wonder why. The answer will be simple. They had the knowledge, but they lacked the discipline to protect their own energy. Taurus is known for being stubborn, and this stubbornness can work for or against you. It can be the strength that keeps you committed to your wise decisions, or it can be the resistance that prevents you from changing habits that clearly don't serve you. This December, you need to decide which type of stubbornness you will manifest. The stubbornness that protects your conscious choices, or the stubbornness that keeps you trapped in destructive patterns because it's always been this way, or because you don't want to disappoint anyone. The truth is, you're at a crucial point. What you do in the next 30 days will create the momentum you carry into 2025. If you enter the new year carrying the dense energy of crowded shopping malls, the emotional weight of toxic people, and the anchors of the past, you'll start 2025 already exhausted. But if you consciously protect your energy during December, if you make choices that honor your need for nurturing environments, you'll enter the new cycle with total vitality, ready to manifest everything you desire. Here's a practical protocol you can implement immediately. First, take your December calendar and mark all the appointments you already have. Now review each one, asking yourself, does this appointment nourish me or drain me? If the answer is drains, cancel it. It doesn't matter if it's important or if people will be upset. Your energetic health is more important than the temporary satisfaction of other people who don't think twice before draining you. Second, specifically identify the places that fit into the 3 categories I mentioned. Write them down. Specific shopping malls you frequent, specific homes of toxic people, specific places from your past. Make a physical list, and next to each one write, "This place no longer serves me. I choose to protect my energy." Seeing it written down makes the intention more concrete and strengthens your resolve. Third, create conscious alternatives. If you need to go shopping, where can you go that isn't crowded malls? If you have mandatory family events, can you limit your presence to an hour instead of the whole day? Can you create your own end-of-year rituals in environments you choose, instead of just participating in other people's rituals in places that drain you? Conscious planning is energy protection in action. And here's something that might surprise you. When you consciously start avoiding places that drain you, you create an energy vacuum that quickly fills with better opportunities and environments. It's as if the universe is just waiting for you to stop wasting your energy in the wrong places, so it can guide you to the right ones. New people appear, different invitations arise, spaces that nourish you reveal themselves. During this month of December, it's also crucial that you create a personal sanctuary, a space in your home that is inviolable, where you can recharge after any exposure to dense environments. It could be your bedroom, a specific corner of the living room, or even a space in the garden if you have one. The important thing is to have a place where you can reconnect with your own frequency without external interference. In this sanctuary, keep elements that make you feel grounded and safe. For Taurus, this usually includes comfortable textures, soft lighting, perhaps plants or crystals, objects that connect you with the earth and natural beauty. Make it a daily practice to spend at least 15 minutes in this space. especially after leaving the house. Use this time to literally shake off any energy you may have absorbed from external environments. There is also a powerful energy cleansing practice that every Taurus should do upon entering their home after being in public spaces, especially during December. As soon as you arrive, take off your shoes at the entrance. Shoes carry energy from the places you've been. Wash your hands and face with cold water, visualizing any dense energy being washed away and going into the earth where it can be transmuted. Change your clothes, keeping the clothes you wore outside separate from those you wear inside the house. These simple rituals create an energetic barrier between you and the environments you frequent. And please understand that taking care of your energy is not selfishness. It's not being antisocial or insensitive. It's being responsible for your state of being so that you can truly contribute positively to the world around you. When you are energetically depleted, you cannot effectively help anyone. You only perpetuate cycles of mutual deprivation where everyone is trying to drain energy from each other because no one is taking responsibility for maintaining their own energy field intact. Taurus, you have a natural tendency to be the rock for other people, the stable point amidst the chaos. But being stable doesn't mean being available to be drained. It means being so firmly rooted in your own energy that you can be a presence that inspires others to root themselves as well, rather than a tank from which everyone can freely draw. The difference is crucial. A strong tree offers shade and fruit, but no one can suck the sap directly from the trunk. Be like the tree, not like a fountain that can be emptied. If you heed these advice during December, something extraordinary will happen. You will enter 2026 with your vital energy intact, your mind clear, and your manifestation capacity operating at maximum power. While others will start the year exhausted, needing weeks to recover from the holidays and stress of December, you will be vibrant and ready to create from day one. This advantage is invaluable, but if you ignore these warnings, if you continue frequenting the 3 types of places I've identified, you will pay a price. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm preparing you for a real and inevitable consequence. You will enter 2026 carrying the energetic weight of an entire month of exposure to toxic environments, and it will take months to recover from this depletion if you can even fully recover before falling back into the same pattern next December. The choice is yours, but the consequence is not optional. Your environmental choices create your energetic reality, which in turn creates your material reality. If you want a different life in 2026, you need to start making different choices about where you place your physical body during December 2025. It's that simple. Share in the comments which of the 3 types of places you feel has been draining your energy. Your honesty will help other Tauruses recognize the same patterns in their own lives. Subscribe to the channel now, because I will continue bringing specific information about energy protection and conscious manifestation for Taurus throughout December and into early 2026. You will need this practical guidance to navigate this intense period. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any important announcements that could make the difference between you thriving or just surviving the end of the year. December is beginning. The 3 dangerous places are out there waiting for careless Taurians who will drain them without a second thought. But you won't be one of them. You have the knowledge. Now show that you also have the courage to protect your energy, even when it means disappointing people or giving up conveniences. Your vitality in 2026 depends on the choices you make now. Choose wisely.